Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Big Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do for you. I got a nice part two lesson for you. Let's go. Writers and 25 years led by a storyteller. Story with a message. Message and story for life. I give life lessons. I always bring it from the book also, but it's all about life lessons that you can learn and use so that you can know thyself. So understand that, and you tend to tune in. We got a good thing going. Let's keep it going. I'm doing what I do. All you gotta do what you do too. Tune in. I got you. Right thinking mission. That's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking is way of life through a mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers do just that. Know thyself. I have the things to make that possible. That's why I give them to you daily so you can practice and use them and find out for yourself. So know thyself. That's the goal. That's my mission. That's what I'm on. Let's go. Know thyself with the questions, rhetorical, but if you don't know, stay tuned. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's what I do. What I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge and stuff. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know that self. And to my eye, be true. This is part two of the lesson I was just going through of Amusu Anparnetta, meaning give thyself to the divine. Make yourself available for God. And when you do that today, do it again tomorrow and every day after that. That's what that means. Now we talk about integral yoga practice and how it works. If you use it, it'll do what it's supposed to do for you, like anything else. Practice makes perfect. You have to understand it, listen, reflect, meditate, and put it to use. Let's go. I'm going to give you some good information today. The second part to this is integral yoga. We did the first part. Now we're going to deal with integral yoga. We just went over the different 5 stages of yoga, yeah, but the integral was the one that you practice on a regular basis. That's the one that I recommend. That's the one I like to practice and I profess. Excuse me. The personality of all human beings is somewhat different from every other. No two people are the same. So all that I'm blessed, I'm unique, all that no, you are, but not by your choice. His choice. Every butterfly is different. All caterpillars are the same until they turn to butterfly. We all on the same playing field until what you raise your conscious level because you know yourself, become a better you. That's the goal. And that's for all human beings. Watch this. The personality of every is different than the other. However, the sages of yoga have identified 4 basic factors which are what? Common in all personalities. These factors are emotions. We all have them. Reason. We all should use that. Action. We all have that. That's called IRE. That means doing something. You just can't do nothing. You got to do something. Body emotion stays in motion. And the last one is will, the ability to do. Now, they're going to break that down for you. Hopefully, I can make it work for you because I'm going to take it from the book and slice it, put my little spin on it. But let's go. This means that in order for a human being to evolve, raise the conscious level in all aspect of your personality. Again, every god and goddess is an aspect of your character. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. And you must progress in an integral fashion, and they all have to be taken care of. Like the chakras, you go from the bottom to the top. No skips, no one at a time. You have to process through it. That's how it's done. Watch this. You can't go from childhood to adulthood without going to that kind of this in between part. Okay, young adulthood, whatever you call it, from 14, from 7 to 14, from 14 to 21. You can't skip from 14 to 21, just go from 7 then 20. No, don't work that way. So it's a process, trust me, and understand it. Therefore, watch this. Your four major forms of yoga disciplines have evolved, and each is specifically designed to what? Promote a positive movement upward in one of the areas of your personality. The yoga of devotional love enhances and harnesses what? Your emotional aspect. There you go. Your devotion to the higher is emotion. You feel it in your human personality, and it does what? It directs you toward what? Your higher self. Everything that you do is geared to get you to your higher self. And the yoga of wisdom, here we go, enhances what? It harnesses the reasoning aspect. There you go. Tahuti, okay? Aspect of your human personality. And it directs you towards what? Again, your higher self. The yoga of action enhances and harnesses what? The movement and behavior aspect of your human personality and directs it, yeah, you know where, towards the higher self. Next one, the last one, the yoga of meditation. Meditating is the way to connect with your higher self. The Indians know that they love it. The Vedas know that they love it. We as Westerners really don't understand it because they sell us on belief, not knowing. So we little foggy on the meditating part. They don't teach you how to meditate. That's an important part of communicating with God. That's how you go inside yourself. It's communing with your higher self. You and them become one in essence. And watch this. Meditation enhances and harnesses your will aspect in the human personality and directs it towards, again, your higher self. You see the chapter of the book, it says initiation. You see him walking, the candidate, that's me taking you to God. That's the aspect, that's the concept I want you to have in your mind. I'm taking you by the hand and going to escort you to God for yourself. If you get to me, you deserve to go meet God. That's what the life journey is all about. Getting to the next level. So let me break this down for you right quick. Thus, watch this. You have emotion, devotion. Devotion to God. Everything is pointing up. The arrows are going. Devotion at the bottom, emotion on top. Wisdom at the bottom, reason on the top. Service, selfless service on the bottom, action on the top. Meditation at the bottom, wills on the top. Everything is pointing you to your higher self. Understand that. So thus, yoga is a discipline of spiritual living based on spiritual disciplines, which transforms what? Every aspect of your personality. Remember, you need to get every aspect covered in an integral fashion, meaning using them on a regular basis and leaving no aspect of your human personality behind, meaning you can't skip, you can't get one without the other. They all have to line up, they all have to be used. Watch this. And this is important. Why? Because an unbalanced movement will lead to what? Frustration, more ignorance, more distractions, and even more illusions, leading away from your higher self. That ego self will keep everything here, grounded in the physical world. You need to raise your conscious level to deal in the spiritual concept, meaning your higher self. I don't do nothing without consenting my higher self, which is God. Being conscious of that, I always act in the righteous manner. I always do what's virtually right. Why? I'm aware those who forget do what they want to do. Happened in the Garden of Eden. What happened to them? They got kicked out. So when you're doing what God guides you, obedient to His will and His laws, you'll be fine. It's when you start doing your thing that you become in opposition to God and you become the bad guy. For example, watch this. Let me give you a quick example of thinking you done mastered or got something in that's not right. For example, a person who develops the reasoning aspect, right, of his personality, his or her come to believe that they have discovered God, I know myself, this and that. However, when it comes down to dealing with some problems in life to find out if you really master yourself, watch this, such as, and this is the best one, a death of a loved one. If you have self mastery, if your mother, father, sister, brother, daughter, son died, you don't freak out. If you claim to be self mastery and you freak out, it's obvious you don't have self mastery. Again, having one aspect of that don't mean not much. Okay, some of us, that's why I don't teach Haru. Why? First though you get, I'm Haru, I made it, I'm up, I'm flying. Yeah, see, that's the whole point. When you give somebody an idea they can shoot for, give them what they need and let them work their way towards it. That's the way it's done. Watch this. When you doing everything based on your higher self, you will get better at everything you do. Watch this. So when a loved one dies, and you what? You cannot control what? The emotional part. Yeah, you might learn the lessons, you wise and you doing it, but when it comes to emotion, you fall short. Why? You didn't take care of that part at being emotionally devotional to God, your higher self. You missed that lesson. So there you go. Fail. Or watch this. If they are tempted, here's another one, to do something unrighteous. All these preachers who sleep in the congregation, temptation set in. Okay, they got weak, whatever you want to call it. But if you are doing God, that don't affect you. But if you're doing you, money, sex, the grandeur of pride and being somebody will get you to do the wrong thing. That means whatever you're getting on that level is ill-gotten and it won't last. That's the whole part of that. It's perfect. If you're successful by doing the bad things, you'll be successful. Just won't keep you there. BS will get you to the top. Just won't keep you there. Trust me. So watch this. When you will do anything because certain things, temptations, and such as smoking. If you supposed to be good, smoking it on the agenda, they cannot control their actions and have no willpower. Again, that's the will, the meditating to what? To resist what? The physical urges of the body, the carnal urge. If you can't control your lower nature, you're gonna have problems. That pretty girl that walked by, yeah, you gone. Yeah, you looking at it, yeah. The only thing you thinking now, when you get better, when that pretty girl can walk by and you don't flinch, you got that part under control. You need to take it, each one, to get proficient, and you'll be better when you get all of them. Now you're good to go. That's the art of knowing thyself. And watch this. You will then have the vision of integral yoga, which is a lofty goal, but every human being can what? Achieve it. How? With proper guidance. Anything can be learned. Because if somebody know it, somebody else can learn it. If you got it, you can give it to somebody else. If you know how to do it, you can show somebody else. We call it entrepreneurship. I mean, you want to know something, you come be an apprentice. I mean, you're gonna come and work for free. You're gonna come and learn the craft. You're gonna come and learn the trade. Don't do that much more. Don't do them things. Okay, but that's the first lesson of learning in apprenticeship, meaning you're gonna come give of yourself to learn what you need to know. Again, when you have proper guidance, you will learn self-effort and you will repeat the practice when daily. It becomes, I tell you, a way of life. Religion just means you're doing it every day. It don't mean nothing other than you're gonna follow a pattern on a day-to-day basis. Hence religion, way of life. There is a very there is a very simple philosophy behind the Inchaku yoga practice, and it's what? During the course of the day, you may find yourself doing various activities, which is normal. Sometimes you will be quiet. At other times, you will be busy at work doing whatever you do. At other times, you may be interacting with people, etc. But integral yoga gives you the opportunity to what? Practice yoga in the philosophy of devotion to God all the time. I call it being God conscious. I'm not going to take God out of the equation. I'm going to not think of God. Why? I don't see no reason to. And to think you could. I got a problem with that. I don't do it. But if you think you can just forget about God, knock yourself out. Okay, let me wrap this up. Almost done. Appreciate you again. When you have quiet time, you can practice meditation. I prefer to read. In my quiet time, my downtime, I read. When you're at work, you can practice righteous action, treat people right, doing right by the people, doing what you know is right, regardless of how you feel about them, what you think about them. Do right by them, and you'll be fine. And watch this. And you offer always a selfless service. When you have leisure time, now you can study and reflect on the teachings. And when you feel the sentiment of love for a person or object you like, you can practice what? Remembering the divine self who made it possible, called gratitude or thanksgiving for your experience in the company of those personalities or the opportunity to what acquire those objects. You give thanks to everybody. You give thanks to God. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, and you should. From a higher perspective, you can protect, reflect on how the people and objects in creation are expressions of what? The divine. And this movement will what lead you to spontaneous and perpetual state of what? Ecstasy, peace, and bliss, which are all the hallmarks of what? Of a spiritually enlightened being, whether it be in Christian, Islamic, or Judaism. Once you reach that level, you become peaceful from within. You have ecstasy. You are blissed out. I got a sister, I call her my blissed out sister. Why? Because her experience with God is second to none, and she follows what she know about what she know about God through her experience. Let me wrap it up. The purpose of integral yoga is therefore what? To promote integration of what? The whole personality, mind, body, and soul of a human being, which would lead to what? Complete spiritual enlightenment. Not partial, not a little bit, complete. Thus, integral yoga should be understood as the most effective method to practice mystical spirituality, aka right thinking philosophy, to get the high desired result of knowing thyself. That's the new lesson. Hope you got something out of it. Hope it was informative. I got more. I got to go now.